right, all right.
Okay,
What's
can you
going
hear us,
on?
brother?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I'm thinking because of the way the camera angle, Travis is probably gonna open up his camera on his phone.
Okay.
Open up the link because we were trying to do it where we can expand the phone because I'm
Yeah.
using a mobile device. Expand it where we can hold it where it look like yeah. Go ahead and do that. He's gonna set his up on his phone,
Oh
and I'm
yeah.
gonna have mine. Okay,
That's all good. That's all good.
appreciate it, man.
Yeah, we are live already. We
Oh,
in
we
the
are okay.
yeah,
Okay.
we in there.
So
But
Trav is gonna be set up on it. So put Smitty on there.
that's all
This
good.
nigga right here. This dude. Yeah. He's Trav out in the studio. Um, turn yours down.
Let me add him to the stage. Let's see. It may be it may be weird with the echo. Let me see.
Is that go? Yeah. Yes. Hold on, bro. Close that. Close my office door, Travis, so you can focus. Thank you. Okay. Sorry about that, Kay.
Oh no, we good, man. We good.
I never use this streaming app.
Oh yeah, nah, it's something that my cousin actually put me on, man, because I was using Zoom with Ant, and that thing did not go the way that I wanted it to go. So he was like, "Yeah, man, use this StreamYard, and this would be what it's gonna be." So that's where we at right now.
All right, good. I think we're ready, bro.
Okay, bet. So yeah, man, this is Kindred Conversations with your man King KD, and I have the pleasure of having my man Smitty, who we went to school together, and Travis Smith Jr. You muted, so I'm gonna need you to unmute yourself right quick. Yes, sir. And yeah, man, I hit up Smitty earlier this year, a little bit after, a little bit last year, and I sent them a little blurb like, "Hey, man, this is what I'm trying to do." And he was like, "Man, that's dope. Let's do it." So I'm doing this because in our city where we from, Columbus, we got a lot of talent that's about to be coming up here in these next couple of years, and I would want them to hear from somebody that's living it now. So I know Travis is not from Columbus, but his dad is. But for those of you who don't know, or maybe living under a rock, Travis Smith Jr. is the number one receiver prospect in Georgia, 4 star, too low, but I said that in a tweet. And and I've actually been following him for a while. And just so Travis, so you know, I'm about to put something up here on the screen right quick. So
They're not gonna catch him. They're not gonna motherfucking catch him. I told you.
let me put it to the back.
Go,
Yeah,
Trav.
you see
Touchdown.
Dope Black
Touchdown.
Author?
They're not gonna catch him. They're not gonna motherfucking catch him. I told y'all. Should have been throwing it to him. I told you. What I tell you? That's how you do it. That's how you get 7 points.
Yeah,
That's how you do it.
Smitty been telling me. He
Good
been
play,
telling me.
coach.
So
Good play, coach.
I want to pause it. I don't know if you can see.
Excuse the language, y'all.
Yeah. I don't know if you can
I
see that
thought that
last
too, though.
comment, Travis Jr. But that last comment, dope black author. So that's me. So you can see that timestamp, that date, July 12th, 2018. So before you was mossing on folks, before you was catching game winners, all this, I ain't no bandwagon, bro. I literally been a fan since day one, a fan of your dad's work, a fan of how he has reared you, how he has put you on to some game. And so I actually got a little highlight reel that I want to show y'all. But before we get into that, I want you to introduce yourself to the world, Smitty Senior, and then Travis Jr. Introduce yourself to the world to those who may not know you on my platform, Kindred Conversations. So the floor is yours.
Go ahead, Trav.
Travis Smith Jr., the son of my father here. Number one receiver, the nation is at Georgia right now. Go to
You cutting out a little bit.
to be able to talk to you.
You cutting out a little bit. I heard what you said, but I don't know if the world heard what you said. Turn the phone to the side so that, because I think the
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can. That's perfect.
Okay, got you. Yeah, but like I said,
There you
Travis
go.
Smith Jr., the son of Smitty, y'all call him. You feel me? The number one receiver in Georgia right now, really the nation. But
Right.
it's a pleasure to meet you and talk to you. And, yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you agreeing to do this, man. I really do. Smitty?
Oh yeah. So yeah, man. If you don't know, I'm Travis Smith Senior, and like Kerry said, man, we've been going to high school. We went to high school together. Started out in 9th grade. Been pretty tight since. Always been a solid dude, uplifting dude, and it's pretty much a full circle experience, man. Seeing, me being in the fatherhood right now and kind of going through the stages of helping him transition and, hopefully to college and then further beyond that. So yeah, man, Kerry, I appreciate you for setting this up, bro.
Oh yeah, man. It's my pleasure, man. Like I said, it's something that it was easy when I was thinking up this show. Again, you already know I'm all about the uplifting and all that stuff and positivity. So you're a model father. And so that's the biggest part of this, that I want people to understand, that I'm not interviewing Travis Jr. because he's the number one wide receiver in Georgia. And like he said, really, really the nation. If we're gonna really be honest, like for real, ain't no one doing what he's doing, for sure. But I'm doing it because his father is one of the top fathers in the nation. You don't have a son like this doing the things that he's doing without having the kind of man to be behind you and push you. So I have some clips. I'm gonna work through them. It's gonna be down here at the bottom. But
Told y'all.
Some of these clips right quick. I think that's the same one. So yeah, hold on.
Go, Trav. Touchdown. Touchdown.
Quick. But yeah, so one of the things that one of the beautiful things about this situation, like I said, was the first video I saw. It started without me. Hold on, because Smitty, they don't know about this video. So yeah, so what brought me to this is Smitty and who he is and how he is. So I got some highlights, if y'all will oblige. Y'all want to see some highlights real quick? I stole these from Smitty. This is not my content.
Oh, yeah.
I do not own the rights to this content, but the members on this podcast is in these clips. So I want to make this the full screen right quick. Hopefully y'all can see it still. Y'all can still see the video pretty good?
Yeah, that's Brian right there throwing me an alley.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's Brian.
Quick. Keep your hands on these. Keep your hands on these. Money still never been to a weapon. It's the idea that lie be not before they try to get me. Tell me need to sell. And I need you to myself. Trying to see you slip. Don't want to see you fail. I fail.
Oh, you see this long boy right here?
Oh nah, I got the music up too loud. I need you to hear this this pep talk that he gave his son.
Go quick. Keep your hand working. Keep your hand working quick. Back. Get in there. Go. Yeah.
I want y'all to pay attention to this now. This is February 28, 2018. Now, this is what Slade tells his son.
Hey, you see big long boy right here in all black. You know he in the 9th grade, right? He in the 9th grade. He about to go to McEachern. He went to Wood. I think he went to Woodland. Went to Woodward Academy. Hey man, if this don't motivate you right here to try to be the best, bro, I don't know what to tell you, Trav. The boy, right, he in the 9th grade, man. 9th grade. That's gonna be you if you stay focused, man.
What come to your mind when
Wow, bruh.
What come to your mind when you see that clip, man? I'm talking about Travis Jr.
Oh man, I've never seen that video, but like it's just like you said, you know, if I keep working, you know, I can quote unquote be like him or even better. So like just knowing ever since then I've been putting in the work, you know, because of my father, you know, it's just, you know, just looking back at that, you know, I'm just grateful to have him, you know, because that's crazy right there.
Gary, you know what's crazy about that? If I'm not mistaken, Trav, was that Javon? Was that Javon Baker?
I think it was.
So Javon Baker, obviously, if you don't know, he went to McEachern and signed with Alabama, and then ended up going to Central Florida, and just declared for the draft.
Mm-hmm.
And man, you know, when you show stuff like that, I don't even remember that video, bro. That kind of it kind of brings tears in my eyes, because his dad came to me and was like, "Hey man, whatever you do, get on that road, bro. Sacrifice your time to make sure you put your son out there and get the exposure he needs, because ain't nobody gonna put him out there like you." And he told me this way before Javon was in high school, before he was even damn near in middle school, because they got a little gap, right? So this, like I said before, that full circle carry and seeing that talk that I had with him, now he is, you know, kind of the leaders in high school now, right, because of what he was exposed to, bro. That's amazing, bro, that you captured that. I don't even remember that video, but I remember that session.
Man, I was doing my research, and I was just looking through because I wanted to show his progression in training, right? So with that one, he kind of had, and I'm not trying to, you know, play you in that trap, but like his footwork there wasn't the best, right? So I felt like that was like one of his first training sessions, and then he went out and did that. So then and that was the same year. So you see the progression from earlier that year to the very next time he's out there. I mean, his footwork was phenomenal there. Let me see if I can. Was y'all able to catch that? Because I know it's small.
Yeah, I can see it. And he remembers them sessions with, who was that Trav that you were training with? Let him know.
Yeah, that was Route King. You know, shout out to Route King, because that's really the first trainer I really, you know, my dad and mom, you know, they invested in. So, and myself. So, you know, Route King, he showed me the fundamentals on how to be a true receiver. And, you know, he developed my footwork at an early age.
That's wow.
Oh, yeah.
That is wow. Yeah. So I didn't even, again, I don't know any of these people in these trainings, but what I've always saw was it don't matter where it was, Travis had you somewhere. It didn't have to be inside, outside, whatever. And as you running back, he's there. Just, yeah, man, you got this, you got this, you got this. And so again, that's what drew me more to it, because again, like I was talking to Ann about this. I didn't get a chance to be the kind of father that I wanted to be to my kids. So I was living that through people like Travis and through people like Aunt Merritt and people like that, when I would see them out there being with their kids and doing stuff with them. And so definitely a motivation to me. One of the biggest things that I saw with Travis is he had the shirt that had accountability on it. True story. I didn't even have enough money to purchase a shirt, but I wanted to be a part of it. And so I would share it, but like during that time, I was just down bad. But that's one of the biggest things that I harp on, whether it's my family, whether it's my airmen, because I'm in the Air Force. Hey man, you got to be accountable. If you're not accountable, I can't do nothing with you. Like if you can't say first what you're doing wrong or what you're doing right, because it's a two-way street. Accountability ain't just, oh man, I messed up. Accountability is also, yeah, I'm the #1 receiver in Georgia, but not for real, actually the nation. Like that's accountability. That's holding yourself accountable because you're speaking things into existence. You're speaking up in the same way your dad did back in the day. So I want the people to get to know you. First of all, do you have a nickname, Travis?
Oh, not really. You know, folks. You know, there's some people call me Trav. You know, just short for Travis, but Trav. You know.
Okay. Because I can't call you Lil Trav. Your dad called you Big Trav for a long time. He bigger than everybody. Everybody on this end, at least, you bigger than all of us. So I can't call you Lil Trav. But I do want to put out there to all those who are watching. I want to try to get him a nickname. So get him in the chat. If he likes one, you're gonna get $50 in your Cash App. So whatever one that he likes, y'all go ahead and start spamming it. Can y'all see the comments also?
Let me see. You say
I
chat.
can't see the where.
I don't know if y'all can because we got.
I can see it.
Okay, yeah. So Sam's is in here. My dogs, Jason, of course, is in here. Both two.
Oh yeah. I see it.
Yeah. We're actually gonna be talking to Sam here in the next couple of weeks. I'm getting his show together. Dante's Inferno. So y'all make sure y'all look out for that. On YouTube, I still have old content. The Ultimate Uplifter. I have it up under my name up here. So y'all make sure y'all go take a look at that. But I have more.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm loving to see y'all reactions to stuff because it's funny to see. But I want to get the right one. I think this is the one that's like hilarious to me.
Oh, I remember this.
You remember this
Travis
one?
right there, wide receiver.
Like that slant.
You know how many?
Nah, this is an hour out, I think, Trav.
I ain't dropped too many
Travis
back
that wide
then.
receiver.
Man, Kerry, you got some
real hard after this game.
It's all you right here, Trav.
This is one of my favorite ones.
You remember that lady, Trav?
Goddamn.
Yep.
Who had the two big twins, the African chicks?
Let's go, Trav. Right there, give it to him. Oh shit! Woo! Shit! Oh my god! Woo! Shit!
I just want you to know, man, your dad.
I remember that.
Your dad is hilarious in these videos, man. He is hilarious in these videos. There's one. I had them all in the video, but the music is too loud, so I apologize. I got a highlight reel. I'm gonna send it to y'all so y'all can have it. But there's one where you lined up on a little guy, and your dad like, bruh. Let me make sure. No, that ain't it. I'm gonna get it right quick.
Hey, while you looking for it, man, rest in peace to his coach that year. When he played with that team, he passed away a couple years ago.
Oh, wow.
And let me tell you real quick while you looking that up, bro. He came to me back in 2017 and said, hey, man, I love your son, man. I would love to get him to, get aboard and get on track with plays. I'm just going to tell you now, man, he going to make a lot of money one day.
Yeah.
And let me not say it like that's what, I don't know what's going to happen, but
for
that dude played in the NFL, and he don't say that to everybody.
Right.
he just came to me and just told me that there are certain kids you see at certain ages that have that it factor when it comes to physical, and when it all lines up, it all gonna start uh progressing and transpiring for him. So I want to just, send my condolences to his family. But that guy was another motivation, just like Route King. He saw it before everybody else did.
So that's a good segue. I found it. I'm a pause it and come up. So that's a good segue because I want to know, when did you see it in it? See him, Smitty. Like, when did you see like, like
Yeah.
he really about to do something? Like, when did you see it?
So I saw it when he was in, I would say, more or less the 4th grade. Now, believe it or not, I'm a basketball player. So
right, we're gonna get to
that. For me, basketball was cool. It was his first love. But man, when he got like in 4th and 5th grade, he started playing running back. And that's the first thing you start doing when you kind of, doing pretty good, because you're not really a true receiver.
Right.
Get in middle school, then you can start really showing your skill set in receiver. But I started noticing that he had the speed and he had the body frame to be a football player.
Yeah,
Basketball
but Dad,
started.
Remember, you wanted me to play running back. I didn't want to play running back. And
I did
too.
at first.
Every skill position, every skilled player has played running back at least
That's
once.
true.
That's to start out. That's like to see if you really like that. If you play running back, you're a real dog. That's all.
That's true. Yeah. So I saw around 10 years old, 11. And that's when we started still playing basketball, Kerry. But then I started noticing like he had certain skill sets as a football player.
Yeah.
That just made me just say, you know what, bro? When he got around 7th, 8th grade, basketball became secondary to me for him.
Yeah, and
I ain't even care. You can tell now. You know that though, right? Like I don't really, basketball is second phase for me now.
Yeah, I remember that, man. I remember y'all being in a basketball gym, and I remember there was a chair on the court and used to make him like go, Trav, you got to go again. You got to go again. And he was looking at you like, man, I can't wait till I'm big. I'm a blah blah blah.
Right.
But like, I remember those again. I've been a fan for a while, so I've seen. Then I was going to ask about that. Like, okay, so when did football take precedence? But I mean, it makes sense now that it became middle school, and then here he is now in high school. It's like, am I going to see some basketball highlight? But then I love when you text me. You was like, yeah, he had track practice, because that's my love. That's my first.
Oh
love.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, so he back in track, and I know they won the state championship last year too. So I'm excited to see what that's about. But have you been, because I remember what happened to you. Were you a little bit cautious with him with track? Are you doing field?
No, I wasn't at all, because track is a blessing, and he may not know this, but I love track, man. Track gave me butterflies.
Yeah.
As a kid, I ran from 6th grade all the way up till I tore my ACL doing long jump. Yeah. That changed my life. So there's a story behind everything that we all run into. You feel me? So for me, when he was running track, he's a different type of athlete than me. I was a little more broader and a little less, not as tall as him. Yeah. So I use my explosiveness. I don't want him to do long jump, and I don't think they're gonna let him. Yeah. I think he's more of a long, big leg, long stride runner. So he's big on the 100 and 200, and they probably gonna get him on the 400. But he just got the speed, bro. So for me, I was more of a 100, 200 guy, not to compare, but he's a longer guy. So it would be better for him to stick to that, so he gets his twitch movements together, his form. And you know more than me, Kerry, like that's generational skill sets to have, track speed. But when you think about it, it's universal to be able to run track, bro. Indeed. Everybody should run track.
I believe
everybody.
I honestly believe that, and I know you had your younger daughter in track for a little while too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So that. So
Mm-hmm.
you gonna get enough for Travis?
Uh,
At least the 4x4.
man, if I got to do it, I'll do it. But like everybody say, that's a grown man
Grown
race right
man.
there.
It is. That was
Yeah.
that's how I got my claim to fame. That's how at Shaw we didn't lose at the 4x4. It just didn't happen
At all.
until we got to state. There would always be something fluky that would happen. One of our guys, the reason why I became a Georgia fan was because one of the guys I was on the team with, Marvin Menifee, he went to Georgia. Before that, I was bouncing around college teams, but when he went to Georgia, that's when I became a Georgia fan. So that was 2004.
Wow.
And so, but I love track. I mean, I know when track used to coming on TV. I subscribed to Peacock well before these playoff games start coming on. So they talk about the Chiefs and the whoever gonna be on TV on Peacock. Man, I can just turn to it because that's where all the track meets are at. So that's a hack for you. But I want you to see this clip right quick, man, because again, I know you ain't seen these. But I want you to hear how your father has always seen you and speaks to you and through you. Listen to this right quick. And again, for all of my listeners, please excuse the language, but this is a dad talking. So we're not making no apologies.
Nope.
But hey, if you got virgin ears or cursing, offend you, cover your ears right quick. But listen to this, Trav.
Oh, we got him. Come on. We got him. Let's go, O-line!
Man, you can't eat him up, man. Look at his little ass. Get it. Go ahead. Take that, man. Go, man. Go ahead, man. Go all the way, Trav.
Did you get it, Trav?
Good job, boy.
Travis, did you get it?
I got that. Hey, that's... Hey, Bubba. That was one-on-one right there, though.
Go, baby! Oh, we got him. Come on.
Shout out to Bubba, man.
Oh yeah, I want to show you the team too. That's the team. I don't know if you recognize any of these guys, but I had to screen record, so that's why it's looking the way it's looking. But
Deuce, Chase,
it'll be a pretty good blast pass for you.
Yeah. That was another one that was about that was what it is now 2024. That was in 2018.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I wanted to get the old clips, man, because again, we know what you're doing now. I got a couple of those too, but we know what you're doing now, man. But I just wanted you to hear your father was never on no, man, like these guys look like they're gonna be able to do something. It was always when you line up, why my son ain't got the ball? Like why the ball ain't going his way? You know what he gonna do with it. He's shown it. Like, why you not doing that? And so talk about the confidence that your father has instilled in you, because confidence was not one of his weak points when we was in high school. He come in high school, only freshman starting on the varsity team, coming up with that jump, drop step, windmilling, stuff that I ain't ever seen before. Didn't even know what a doggone windmill was until we in gym, and then he just boom. And I'm just like, we was literally at football practice in the summer together. He didn't finish it out, but it's just like, so tell me about the confidence that your father's instilled in you, and then like how you molded it and made it your own.
Yeah, there were times, and even now, my dad, he has sometimes more confidence than me, but he's always in my ear, just telling me how good I am, and pretty much this season, I was pretty much going off of that, all the confidence he's, like you said, instilled in me has really made me a better player. And I've realized I can't play this game called football without that formula, which is confidence, and having him behind me and being in my ear, telling me the right things to do and what I can do. And it's nothing more than a blessing to have him right there to help me with my confidence. So I'm thankful for that.
Yeah. Seeing him in the stands, is that for you? Does that get old to you?
Nah, never. No. But he's kind of laid back now. I'm kind of thankful for that. He's a little he's still loud, as you're gonna see in these upcoming clips. He's still loud, he still talk that but you know, he a little more laid back, but I can still, you know, hear him, you know, either way.
Yeah.
And Kerry,
Yeah.
to add to that, we live in Atlanta, right? So there's so much talent here across the board from the South Side, up in Gwinnett, Cobb, wherever. We've been through so many situations where Travis was given second fiddle. You know, nobody really gave him no love, bro. Like we've been to camps, we you know got invited to stuff, and then he wouldn't get the playing time, and I would see that look on him, and I'm like, yo, man, I know you better than him. So the theme for me on these type of conversation with you, Kerry, and when you show these clips is full circle, because I always emphasize to people, in particular particularly him, is you will always see somebody on their way down and on your way up if they did not give you your flowers or give you their appreciation when you should have gotten it. And what I mean by that is during times when he just wasn't given that opportunity, now look at where he is now and where he's going. There are kids that would look at him and be like, who's this dude? I wanted Travis to take pictures with kids that was already good at that age, maybe at 13 years old. And I remember them conversations where like, who is this kid? The kids looking around like, I don't know him. And I'm like, oh, you're gonna know him soon.
Right.
I knew that. I never would forget that, Kerry, because it's like these kids had the back end Pop Warner programs that gave them opportunities. When we were playing Welcome All and other teams in our area, we just didn't get that love, bro. But do you understand where I'm going? It's the fire that really gave him that ambition to do what we doing now. And that's why I tell him, you can't be anything without confidence, bro.
Right.
Without confidence, you can't be successful without not believing in yourself. And that's why he's in the position he's in now. Because last year, he kind of had his confidence shot down a little bit. And I told him again, when you go into college, it's going to be 100,000 kids, 100,000 people in the stands. You're going to go into the same mental approach that you went into when you first started playing last year, where if you drop that pass, how are you going to adjust to that? How are you going to overcome that battle? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, that's the stuff I'm trying to teach him. It's all universal. You got to learn to go through it to be who you are, but you got to have that confidence, dog. Right. Without it, what are you?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. So you talked about college. I've seen the pictures. Your father's chronicled it, which I think is dope. I feel like that's going to do wonders for you once you know you're retiring from whatever you're retiring from. But like, give me your top 5, and not to be confused, everybody, with his top 5. I'm not asking him what's his top, where he gonna go, and is it from 1 to 5? That's not what I'm asking. So I want to preface it with that. When he says number 1 or number 5, I don't want this to go viral and say, oh, he said he liked Tennessee the best, so he just said that he going to Tennessee. No, I want to know your favorite places that you visited, experience-wise. If you got a top 3 or top 5, if you even thought about it, like what are some experiences that stick out to you?
Definitely Georgia, Tennessee, Colorado, and another place, you know, I visited but I haven't even gotten an offer from is you know, Florida, and you know, another school being, you know, Georgia Tech. Those 5 schools I can actually see myself being at. But you know, there's different at each place. They have their own, you know, special place, like special thing about it.
You said Florida haven't offered you?
No.
I watched them play Florida. Y'all
yeah, they're weird though. They're weird though, Kerry. Like we're going through this thing right now, man, where with the transfer portal, certain schools have limitations. Like you may have seen on the story, he was Dabo Swinney came down just to talk to him, just to get to know him, just to see him in person. That's the first step of an offer for them.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Florida has had staff fluctuation. So he didn't have the playing and the exposure his sophomore year. So they like the build, but now the film and the accolades have justified it. So Now here come Florida calling. Like, can he come down for junior day? And they're gonna offer him down in junior day,
For
but
sure.
that's nothing to us. It's more of the timing and how different schools do different things. And
Yeah.
I do think, aside from those schools he mentioned, it's gonna change. Like, it's gonna be a few more schools that are gonna pop up that are gonna take his. That's gonna really be like, wow. But I know for a fact, for me speaking on what I've seen, that smile on him,
Mhm.
it's nothing like it when he up in Athens and Knoxville, and even when he was with Dion, like things like that. The schools choose you.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And I think that, not to speak for him, seeing it from as a parent perspective, I can honestly say that Texas came to see him today. Like, come on, man. Like, I would love for him to go to Austin just to get a feel for, you know, what those guys experience being around that staff and
Yeah.
seeing what those guys do with what they have. So like, it's so much that he hasn't seen yet, and it's just beginning, bro. And I think that it's amazing and it's a blessing that he's at the position he's in right now.
So from a father perspective, from dad, what's go ahead and rank yours. 'Cause I know you a lot of people don't know. You played college ball, so you've traveled, you've been able to see some
Yeah.
places. So seeing it from this end, like what's your top five and from your perspective of places that you've been with Travis?
Of course, definitely the two we mentioned, the Georgias and the Tennessees.
Yeah.
Alabama, despite Nick Saban leaving, just the standard that they've had when they called and asked us to come out. But I would say Georgia, Tennessee, Oregon. Who else? I like Georgia Tech because they're a hometown, but I wouldn't want him to go there just because this local and all that type of stuff. And I do think that Colorado, just because the marketing aspect behind it, which will be great.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, he's an SEC kid.
Yeah.
SEC all day. And I
Yeah.
think he would agree with that.
You don't agree with that? You don't feel like you're an SEC
You
kid?
don't think you're an SEC kid? What?
I'm SEC caliber, but whatever place make me feel at home, that's what I'm choosing.
That's right. There you go, son.
I love
Bars.
it.
Talk that shit,
I
Trav.
love it. Yeah. You all world.
I
Everywhere.
like that political answer. So let me shut up. I like that.
Yeah.
Trav, when we
So
going up to Oregon, man?
it's a beautiful
We'll
place.
see. Oregon actually, they coming this week, so I'll be able to talk with them. They coming to see
Man,
me and Big One.
bro, can you imagine us going up to Oregon, Kerry, just with the Nike apparel and come on,
Bruh,
man?
That'd be
I
cool.
just want to go there for that. You feel
Oregon
me?
was going crazy when we was actually paying attention to college football.
Thank
Like,
you.
Oregon was really like what Chip Kelly was doing up there.
Yeah.
And then not only
Bruh.
was it good, the uniform combinations, it
Oh
was
my God.
it was crazy. It was
It was different.
whole-
Come on.
and it's an environment also. It's an environment also that's conducive to everybody. You're not
Right.
West Coast is weird, I'm not gonna lie. Just being from the South and then it's being over there and as a military guy, they have a different mindset, but college is a melting pot. So you're not gonna have just folks that's from Cali and Washington there. You're gonna have folks from everywhere. But
Yeah, to add to that, last week or the week before that, it was my first time being in Cali. And like you said, being a Southern boy, like it's real different over there.
It
People funny. It's something about over there. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's just different.
it is different.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
We ain't even
They're
got
very sensitive over there. It's a weird experience in Cal. And on the West Coast, bro, we talk like this. It's just a different lingo. And being a military kid, I lived over there as a kid.
Yeah.
I don't think we fit over there from a social perspective, bro. It's just different, dog.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying?
Visit, but living, I'm just like,
Nah, dog.
I couldn't.
That money got to be fit. That got to be suitable. But even with like there are certain schools that see him, like Ohio State came to the school just to see him. And I'm like, okay, they get a feel for him. They know the buzz is real. But they lose out quick because if you're not committing to somebody, communicating with them on a daily basis or
Right.
weekly basis, like the schools we mentioned, which we didn't mention some other ones too, but
Right.
like it's you kind of losing out, bro, because they have limitations on their roster. Like when Dabo told Travis today, like, you know, we have a limit on our scholarship offers. We take our time with how we recruit our kids. We don't really do the NIL thing. Oh, that made me think. Okay, now that explains why they not really at the top of the food chain no more.
Yeah.
They don't do what Bama and Georgia and Ohio State do.
Yeah,
So they're losing out on that.
Yeah, that changed that part changed the game.
Yeah.
So what are you looking for in a program? I got one of my good guys here. He's in the military. My guy Steven Johnson. I've talked about him on my social. He's a doctor in the military, which is something that you don't do. You know what I'm saying? But one of my guys, but he's an LSU fan. So he said, "Go Tigers."
What's up?
LSU reached out to you?
No, actually, no.
See?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. On Twitter.
Oh,
That's how they do it.
Well, I didn't see
Johnson,
it.
yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Johnson, no.
They
ain't
do this
nobody
thing, Kerry. I'm sorry, y'all, but they do this thing where they reach out on the message thing, and the director of recruiting be like, "Try, what's your phone number?" And then, man, we need you to come on out, man. When are you available? And you'll text them back, and you don't hear nothing back from them. That's what they've done. That's what Southern Cal did. We're like, okay, fuck it. We got the #1 school in the country that's on our jock strap, and that's Georgia. We ain't gotta. We don't even care about that. Like we just trying to find the best fit.
Confidence in them. You hear all that? That's that. You know.
But
ain't all that.
But how could he? But he know, and I feel like he know that everything that he's saying, you know, it's not even on your shoulders. It's just like you're gonna do what you do, and you've already done what you want to do. Exactly. You got to think about this because he said this. Not that you got to think about this, but just from my perspective, right? Like again, I've known about you for years, but you burst on the scene to some people. Like people just didn't even know, like who was number 10 for Westlake.
Right.
Like that first game, when you the first game that I saw where I think you scored like 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, like, the first game of the year, it was 2 touchdowns for like 174.
That's what I'm saying. And they like, who is this? Like, who is that? Like, your guys knew, your dad and your mom knew, of course. But it's just like people don't do that, especially your sophomore year. You're not getting the play time that you should be getting. You're not getting what you're supposed to be going. And then all of a sudden, you explode on the scene in Georgia, 6A now. You ain't on no. You ain't in 1A where like you want to get scrubbed, like you said, like your dad said. You in Atlanta,
right?
Where talent is everywhere, and you pop it off like that. So man, if I'm senior, I'm saying the same stuff. Like, hey, don't tweet my son. You know what I'm saying? Call him, and if he texts, you text back because. And we're gonna get into this, and I don't want to run too much over an hour because I know this is school night, and I appreciate you hopping on here with me. I do got a couple more things to get to, so again, I don't want to mess up your sleep pattern, all those things.
Oh, you good?
Athlete, but I am enjoying this interview. So
me too.
I just wanted to kind of, but I'm not going to hold you too much longer. But I want to get to what do you bring? What will you bring? You're talking to all the colleges in America that have a football program. As a football player and as a man, when you walk on campus day one, how do you make that school better?
Pretty much by my work ethic. You know, I believe myself. You know, I'm a very hard worker. I work my tail off, but you know, I'm just another guy that likes to work. So this is a winning program, and they like to work hard. That I'm right there where I need to be at because I know it takes every day, day in and day out, just to put in the work. And then, like I saw this year, all that work, it eventually pays off. So I'm gonna never stop working hard. So that's one thing, just the hard work.
Okay. And then, so of course, again, we talked about that earlier. That's instilled in you by your father. But then also, as a man, like who are you growing into? Where do you see yourself doing? Not even on the football field, right? Because again, we're gonna forego that because again, you know, God's gonna do what He's gonna do, right? So, but what do you see yourself as a leader? Do you what traits do you have that are gonna have people following you, and those that ain't working hard? Why would they follow you? What do you bring to the table in that?
I lead more towards my, how I work in the weight room, or how I carry myself outside of the weight room or on the field, just like in the classroom. But how I am as a person, if I truly meet you, I'm kind. That's what I believe in.
Mm-hmm.
I try to know you for who you are. So just being, I'm not as vocal, but just the things I do, I feel like I'm a role model to others because I do the right things.
So leading by example.
Yes, sir.
That's again because a lot of people talk. A lot of people talk a good game, and again, this is military experience. But tell you they do as I say, not as I do, type of thing. So your work ethic and again, everything is translating on the field. I mean, you don't catch these passes and make touchdowns and run past people by just being a run of the mill guy.
Right.
My nickname for you is the Human Torch.
Human Torch. Okay. I like that. That's $50 to you.
Yeah.
For short, Torch, because every clip that I see, you running by them, and even if they step to step, you jumping over. So you go back to Fantastic Four, the Michael B. Jordan one, right? Let's just make that clear. Again, he flying past people and he jumping up over everybody, man. So that's how I see you. But your play style. I know your father grew up. He's grown up as an Alabama fan, Atlanta Falcons fan. So there are some people. I'm not gonna put words in your mouth. I know what I see from what I can tell. But like, who have you either patterned your game after, or who do you feel like you resemble in your style of play?
Well, I can't say I resemble him just yet, but a guy that I watch a lot of film on and try to model my game after is a lot of Brandon Marshall.
Ooh,
another big guy. And to me, he really underrated in the receiver game. Like the numbers he put up with, not too many good quarterbacks is just amazing to me. But his film, just being physical at his size, going up attacking the ball, and having a decent route game, and running the route and stuff. That's one guy I'd love to, either be better than.
Oof. I was not expecting that. I was not
What
expecting.
about you? Remember, you still Mike Evans fan, Trav?
Oh yeah, that consistency wise, he's been doing 1,000 yards for 10 years now. So in the league,
Right.
if I do, end up going or whatever, I'd like to be consistent like him. But overall game, I'm gonna have to say Brandon Marshall for me.
Brandon Marshall.
Right.
I was not expecting that. So yeah, I just got to get down to a game in real life because for me, I see remnants of Julio. The way you separate, your separation is crazy. Like I just don't feel like they can press. No one presses that I've seen in the clips. They play 10 yards off and you eat that gap up quick. It's crazy to watch. But I see a lot of Julio. Bless you. I see Julio. I see, of course, when you're jumping over folks, these might be cliche answers, but Moss comes to mind. Your physicality when you was younger. Again, I have to get to some games, but you play like when you got the ball in your hand, you run like a running back. You give me T.O. vibes with how physical you are.
Oh yeah.
When you have the ball in your hands, and so like that makeup is crazy. But again, when you talk about Brandon Marshall in his prime, again he was in that same makeup. So I never
Right.
even thought about him. And Sap made a good reason, because a lot of the stuff that he was doing off the field, like I just
Right.
didn't really,
Yeah.
I didn't really pay attention to that, because I mean he was just as infamous off the field as he was famous on the field. So
Yeah.
again,
Yeah. They've
you
had
know,
people compare him to AJ Green.
oh,
You
Yeah.
know, of course, George Pickens, but these are people that are aligned to the Georgia mold, right? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
yeah,
But I will say, just the way his demeanor is now that he's getting older, he's becoming into his own man. He's 17 years old, and the beauty of social media is you get to see kids and people grow into themselves.
yeah,
They're growing into becoming who they are. He went from not really smiling, not really vocal. Now you getting to see a little bit more who Travis really is. And I'm not gonna hold y'all, but he's a really independent kid when it comes to who he is. He don't follow nobody. He ain't into the fashion thing, the twist dread braids. He just kind of do him. He's always been the same, just like his dad. We follow our own beat to our drums, if that makes sense.
yeah.
And I really salute him for that, being a dad, because that'll keep him out of trouble. And I think,
Indeed.
you know, people like yourself having this type of platform, just getting to know kids more and helping other kids have influence, bro, this will go a long way, dog. So I salute you for it. But I wanted to tell Travis that, because don't ever stop being who you are.
Yes,
Just
sir.
listen to your elders and be respectful, and always understand where you come from molds you into who you're gonna become. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So just don't ever forget that, bro.
Yes, sir. And he constantly has these sayings or talks with me. That's not the first time I've heard that.
What's your favorite saying from your pop?
Oh, he's kind of stopped saying it. I guess my attitude got better, but he used to say this one a lot. I know you remember this, Dad. Attitude determines altitude. He said
That's
that
right.
on like the daily basis. So that's instilled in here in my head. So
Yeah.
there's plenty more. It's thousands more of sayings and things, but I just know he said that since I was like probably a baby. So
Yeah.
I've tried to image that.
That's
Yeah.
all. My
So,
dad used to tell me, I got it tatted on me, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
fact.
So
Yes,
I
sir.
know he's been there again from day one, which is another reason why this is the father son edition of Kindred Conversations with King KD. Man, this has been amazing. I'm not done just yet. We got some stuff in the chat. Darius is in there. Sam been in here the whole time, man. So I feel like this will be a blueprint, I feel, for not just fathers and sons to watch, but parents and athletes to look at, to see. Oh, Dontrell Savage is in the chat too, because listen.
Hey, Dontrell. Dontrell Savage, Travis, you gotta meet all these guys, man.
Oh my God.
Dontrell Savage, arguably, I'm gonna say arguably, the greatest athlete I've been against.
Ooh.
Every time I did long jump, he was right there, either beat me or I was right there with him. Besides Darius, every time I ran the 100, he was right there on my ass.
Mm.
This guy made it to the NFL. Man, there's so many stories, bro, that I need to get you involved in with these folks I grew up with, man. And I can tell you like this, bro. The people we know, they did it. We just didn't have this phone. We didn't have YouTube. And it ain't no old man talking. Man, bro, I get goosebumps when I mention some of these guys' names, because they had world-class athleticism and
Yeah.
they had it all, bro.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's the things that he's putting together. He's the glue to this, man. You
Oh,
feel
yeah.
me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I got to get you on here, Dontrell, because we got to hear your story for sure.
Oh, yeah. I
That
wanna
right
hear that.
there, Dontrell. Honestly, man, I'm gonna tell you a quick story about him. He started running hurdles. I don't even think he was in 10th grade. But Coach Scott, legendary coach over at Jordan High School. I don't want to offend anybody. But he taught my oldest brother. He's the reason why I ran hurdles, because my oldest brother ran hurdles for Jordan. But then Trail came and started running hurdles. Kind of had been like 10th or 11th grade, because Jordan didn't really have a track team. So he did it for points. So this man will run the 100 meters and then the 110s, which come right after. So in region, ain't no girls. So he went back to back and won both of them Jones.
That different.
So that tells you that his football.
Oh yeah.
You just got to tune into that because we're going to delve into that. He played for the Chiefs.
Oklahoma
He
State,
played for Oklahoma
the
State.
Chiefs,
A dog.
man.
But I'm gonna tell you this though. Another guy that's in here. I don't know if he's still in here. If Darius don't hurt his knee, freshman year,
man,
fastest guy in Columbus.
fastest mug.
And it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close.
Shit wasn't even fair, man.
9th grader. I told you about your dad and how he started varsity as a on basketball. So Darius, the only freshman, got in there, punt return, brought that thing all the way back as a freshman.
Wow.
And Columbus has the same type of, and I don't want to compare it to Atlanta, but you can correct me if I'm wrong, Smitty. They got the same kind of talent where talent is everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And it's if we had one school in Columbus, I don't know who else in Georgia would, in our class, that would win the championships. And that goes back from when I was in school. It's just
when we went to Georgia, Kerry, Jarvis said the same thing. Yeah. He said, you know what? Did he not say that, Travis? When he was in 9th grade, he won Player of the Year. He said, I looked up to your daddy, me. He said, man, your dad would be with me and Tony Adams. Shout out to Tony Adams. We would travel on that damn Parks and Rec van, going everywhere. And he was the one of the very few that made it out.
Right.
But you know, he 3 years before after us or whatever. But for you to say that, and then when we go to Athens, he pulled Trav to the side, like, yeah, man, I played ball. I was Player of the Year, but I did multiple things. I did ball, I did football, but I wasn't even the best person on my team. I had other guys that got in trouble, that got caught up with their grades. Right. So man, the saga continues, bro. We got so many stories within the city, bro, that we can shed light on. But I got nothing but love, and I salute all them guys, man, because they kept me on my toes, bro. Indeed. Every day.
Indeed.
You feel me?
Please share that. I want to hear those stories.
Oh man, listen, we're gonna have it here, but your dad got the key. He did AAU before I even knew what AAU really was. He was the first person that I knew personally that moved around to get a better situation. Shaw was the premier, and I misspoke a couple years ago because I thought it was Carver. In my mind, I saw Carver because of the red, but it was Pacelli. And now Pacelli, your father is actually one of the forefathers of why Pacelli is doing what it's doing, whether it's football, basketball, whatever. It was members would come from the high schools and then go to Pacelli, which is the private school in Columbus. And then they would go and just like, again, if anything solidifies what I'm saying, we would have some of the best athletes, including your father, go there and put them on the map. Pacelli was not a thing before we got in high school. It just was not. Your father was one of the forefathers that went down there and made it what it is today. And what it is today is a powerhouse. What it is today is you're not talking about football or basketball or track in that without talking about St. Anne's Pacelli. And that's right in our city. And your father was one of the ones that led the movement to get there because, again, you get good grades there. You get put in a position to go to school. You get out of Columbus. And your dad went to the Citadel. And again, like, it's just one of those things where it's like, man, you see this and you see these things, but then he's sending it to you, which again, that's amazing to me to see. So yes,
shout out to Chucky. Hey man, shout out to Chucky Joe, man. Shout out to my boy Scooter, man. Them the ones that called me when I was a junior and I went up there to run the 40. They had me run the 40 in front of Pettis and ran a 4.3 in some size 14 shoes. He said, man, you got to come here now. Chucky was like, hey, bro, you need to pull up. Because it was the school that we weren't getting the opportunity we really needed at Shaw, bro. We love what we love, but not to hold y'all up. They had more opportunity for us over there, bro. So shout out to Chuck, shout out to Jai Bland, Scooter, man. I love them boy, man. They the ones who had me. They're the reason I went over there.
Yeah.
So yeah, not me. And that's
4.3 after a torn ACL. Just so
it was right before that. It was right before that.
Oh, you did it before that.
It was right before that. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
On my
Again, didn't even
mama.
know.
God
Didn't
be my
even know
witness.
that.
But I gotta give a shout out to Chucky, man. Chucky was the
Yeah.
one that started it, bro.
Yeah, Chucky is
Real
dope.
talk.
Chucky didn't get the opportunity because of his height, but the boy has. I'm pretty sure he
That
can
man
still
was
play.
everything, bro.
Yeah,
What
he
was the
was.
truth?
Yeah. Like he was my
Still
JV
is.
quarterback. So Chuck for real. All love Scooter. I can't call him that no more. It's Major Griswold.
I'm sorry.
Now, I
Major
still remember.
Griswold.
Do you remember still seeing us at when I saw y'all at Spices? This is a quick segue.
Yeah.
And I said, bruh, you are going to be something that these guys can look up to and see.
You told me that.
Do what you're going to do. And then here he is doing this thing. I still need him to do my last 3 and listening. But I need it's 9:04. Again, I know we back. We down to crunch time right quick. Man, I'm really enjoying this conversation, man, for real.
Me too.
You gotta brace yourself, Smitty. And then I want
Go
to talk
ahead,
to you.
Smitty.
Come on now. Go ahead, do it, man. That's him.
There it
That's
is.
the pop out right there, Trav.
There it is. There go the ballerina there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all we
Yeah.
got.
Yeah.
Let baby brother show you.
Yeah. What you got? What you got? What you got? What you got now?
Okay, Tam.
Go ahead now. Go ahead,
That
tap.
tap right there. This some Alabama
on,
boys
Granny.
right there, man.
I'm coming. Go ahead. My granny go. She called me. I gotta go. I got more than you now.
Oh my God.
Talk about your father's influence on how this all came to pass, because just to give you a background of why I call this Blacksmith is because of course I come from a military background also, and I had my father on to end the year, but I know what he meant to me. And so to be blacksmith is for iron to sharpen iron. And I feel like that's and I know Smitty is a military name. And so I feel like your pops probably got that from somebody in the military, because when I first met you, I was like, man, I didn't know there was a military background there. But I want to first of all show my love and appreciation for him for his service, number one, and for raising a remarkable young man as yourself. I never got a chance to meet him, but my father knew him, which is unbeknownst to me. But yeah, just talk about what he meant to you and how that has made you into the man that you are today, Smitty.
Yeah, man. He meant everything to me because he was very hands-on with me from start to finish, man. And I tell people all the time, I was born and raised in Columbus. I was born in Martin Army Hospital, but when I was younger, my dad wasn't married to my mom yet. And we lived in Camellia. We lived in Oakland Park, Rosemary, 2206 Rosemary Lane, all the way till I was 8 years old. We stayed in Bull Creek mobile homes. My dad would be in Korea, Saudi Arabia. Then he married my mom because he was never home. Yeah. He married my mom, and we drove all the way to California, to Fort Ord, California, when I was 8. And that right there alone changed my life, because I was exposed to different walks of life, not just my own people. So that's why I'm able to kind of move the way I move and speak on certain things that I speak on. But he was the one that kind of had me going to these different camps, going to these different schools. It's just the things that you see that I do with him, but now it's just on a different level. I'm influenced by that because I seen him do it with me. So he was just a remarkable man, real laid back, real chill guy, but very, very intelligent. And I think the influence he put on me was just based on just putting the work out there, man. After leaving the military, working his butt off for another 20 years in the post office, if it wasn't for him, man, I wouldn't be here. I'd be stuck on the south side of Columbus, Georgia, man. I probably wouldn't be here, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thankful for what he did for me, because I'm able to shed that on to my children now, and particularly with Travis for what we do now. You feel me? Yeah. So yeah, man, that's all I can say on him, bro. Real talk.
Yeah. when I saw the video, I was like, man, I got to screen grab this.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to make sure I put that in there just because, you know, how the joy that not only he was showing, but what was coming from behind the camera from you, how he was like, show him how it's going, show him how. It's just one of those, it seemed like one of those memories that will never fade.
Right.
So, man, I wanted to make sure I got that in there.
I appreciate that.
So I'm gonna do this right quick, and then we're gonna get some advice from both of y'all, and I'm gonna let y'all go. I want to get y'all out of here by 9:30. So, Lil Trav, in the way of you being younger than your dad, not by any other way, stature or nothing, or Torch, tell me why you're not only proud of your father, but proud to be his son.
First off, you know, I'm proud that he's my father. You know, first off that, you know, I just pretty much, I just really look up to him. You feel me? Like the things he does, you know, day in day out, even what I can't see and what I don't know of, I know that he does a lot, and you know, it doesn't have to be, you know, spoken of, but he, and the amount of stuff he does is crazy, you know, and he does so much for me and everybody in his household, and I'm just glad that he's my father. But to be his son, you know, I gotta carry on, like you said, you call me Torch, but I gotta carry on that torch from him, my papa. You know, it's a legacy with them. You know, that hard work that I put in, it comes from them. It's in my blood. So I feel like it's only right that I use my platform just to, you know, boost his legacy.
Yeah.
Let him know what the Smiths all about.
My last name is Smith also, so
Okay.
That's right.
I'll be honorary Unc. But Smitty, tell me why you're proud of Travis and what he means to you.
Man, I'm proud of you every day, bro. As I tell you, when we leave visits, when we on the road, when I take you to school, when, you know, we talk about just every day-to-day stuff, I'm proud of you, man. No matter what you do tomorrow, no matter what you do when school in high school comes to an end, man, I don't know. We don't know what, you know, what future may uphold, but I'm just proud of you being who you are. You are becoming the man that you need to be, 17 years old. You got a lot to learn, but always stay humble, but always make sure you keep that confidence in within you. And I appreciate you for being who you are. And that's what I'm proud of you about. You never tried at one time to be like anybody else, bro. You always had your individual independence, always kept your mind forward on who you want to be. And that's what's going to set you apart, Travis. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I'm proud of you for that. And I'm thankful that you're my son because I love you. You're my first. And I sacrificed a lot, bro, you know, overseas ball and all to come back to Atlanta to make sure your little pea-head ass could be who you are. And I'm thankful for that because I knew I knew you had a bright future, man. And there's more to come. Just continue to stay locked in, Trav. Like I always tell you. And always remember this before anything else, Trav. Embrace the journey because the journey is what's going to really be what leads you to where you are. It's not about the destination because you don't know where your destination is going to be, but the journey is what builds your character where you need to be. I tell you that all the time.
Yes,
so
sir.
just know when you have little peaks and valleys, it's all part of the journey, man. Small thing to a giant. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
You know your daddy love you, man. Real
Love
talk.
you too. Love you too.
All right, man. All that soft shit. All right. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I tell my
Real
airmen.
talk though, man.
Yeah, for sure. I tell my airmen the same thing, to appreciate the journey because you may not like the destination. You know, a lot of people think they want to be where they want to be, and then they get there. It's like, man, this ain't what I wanted. But if you appreciate your journey, the destination don't even matter, man. And so you are definitely in your journey, and you doing your thing, man. Again, you don't know me well. You've known me for a good hour and 13 minutes, man. But I'm proud of you. I'm proud that that you're doing what your father's telling you to do, right? I'm proud that you are staying the course, and on top of everything, like your father said, I'm proud that you're being you. That's something that is easy to get rolled up in that, especially being in a culture in a place like Atlanta. Everything is around you. It's so easy for you to get rolled up in the right and the wrong things, but you choose. You choose every day, and you continue to choose what you're doing. So yeah, just keep it up, man. And I want you, Trav, to give some advice. Well, Smitty, give some advice to these parents out here that are about to embark on this journey. And then if we get Torch back, then he can give some advice to the youngins that's coming up and coming, because I want this thing to circulate, but I want people to understand that it's one thing to be something on the basketball court, the football field, the track, or whatever, but you also have to have personality too. So I feel like that's something he was able to see. So give us some, give us, these parents, some advice about some things that they can do to take care of their children as student athletes.
Yeah, it looked like Trav this phone might have died, but I tell y'all like this, man. This time is very sensitive we have with our kids, and it go by so fast. We got 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds doing sports and other activities. Man, embrace every moment of it. Don't be so hard on them and forcing them to be what you think they should be. Quote unquote, living through your kids. I think it's important. Okay, it's all right. I think it's important for us as parents is to help navigate and find something that can be suitable for them. I didn't know football would be what it was for him. I didn't know it could be anything. I got a daughter that don't want to run track no more. You feel me? Like, she's molding to be her own. He needs to mold to be what he wants to be. But one thing I didn't do as he got older, 13 plus, is force him. But if you're going to dedicate yourself and commit to it, you got to commit to it. So make sure you emphasize committing to something. All right. Don't have your kid jump into something, and then if it don't go the way they want it, they fall out of it. What are you teaching them kids, man? If you teaching lack of commitment, they're gonna constantly jump in and out. So that's gonna be something that I would love to make sure people know. Commitment, hard work, and just letting them find what they really truly love, bro. Like, that's what I can tell people, man. You know, it's only but so much time we got in this situation we call life, bro. And if I can leave that would be the best thing I can tell folks.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. I appreciate you and Travis for coming on, talking to me and speaking to me, man, for sure. Definitely, I feel like this is going to be something that will resonate. I feel like this is something that can keep on being played over and over and over again. And then as the years go and more accomplishments happen, I hope this is something that you guys can look back on to see like how far you've come, and you know, the humble beginnings, whether it's the videos that I shared, because they're still all on your Instagram, man. So again, that's you did a great job of chronicling everything, man. But again, on top of all that, man, thank you for being my first guest of the year, for sure. We're going to continue to do these things. I'm going to keep on trying to get people on here that are not just doing things for themselves, but doing things that helps other people. And again, you're not only a role model to your son, but you're also a model citizen to those who are looking for answers when they have something that they've never seen before in their child, whether they're about to be an artist, whether they're about to do something that they've never embarked on, right? You have that in you, and you've always been able to cultivate that. And I think that's the biggest thing, just cultivating what you see. And you've done a masterful job at that. But the job is not done. The journey is not finished. But I salute you for what you've done so far, and the sacrifice that you've made, man. Again, all awesome, all amazing. But you didn't have to do it, but you did it. And a lot of people choose the other thing. But that's not what today's about. Today is about those who choose to be there, those who choose to make a difference, those who choose to put that work in alongside their children, man. So this episode is for y'all, for those who's being there. And if you're not there, let this be motivation. It's not too late. Go pick up that phone, make that trip, be a part of your children's lives, because you see what it does when you're there, and we don't want to see what it does if you're not. So I'll leave with that.
Yeah,
give
man.
us our words, brother.
What you need?
Give us our parting words. It's on you.
Well, I'll tell y'all like this, man. You know, one life, one love to live. Make sure you continue to try to embrace the moments that you're in, and don't waste a day, man. Okay, don't waste any day. Travis came over, his phone died.
Gotcha.
Just live every day to the fullest.
Hold on, my phone didn't die. Georgia made another move. They ended up calling me. I had to talk to the receiver. Phone ain't done.
That was Georgia?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, maybe that's an owner.
Interrupted my message. My dad.
No, you good. You good. You good. That's what's up. They own them, man. But yeah, man, that's all I'm gonna tell you. Just live your life every day, man. Don't waste a moment. And you know, it's unpredictable. Life don't make appointments. You got to figure out a way to live the best out of it. That's the only thing I can tell you. Facts.
You got anything? You got any shout outs you want to make, Torch? You got any shout outs?
Shout out to my dad, real OG. I'm gonna do some great things, but I'm with him right now.
That's right. Shout out to your mom. Shout out to your grandparents.
Shout out to everybody.
Everybody, the whole family. Everybody, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to you, bro, for having this platform.
Shout out to you. Thank you. This was fun.
Sure. Hey, man, for sure, man. We're going to do it again. Hopefully we can do it in person. I would love to see you suit up as a Georgia Bulldog. But again, I know your journey is your journey, man. But I would be remiss if I didn't say that. But at the end of the day, man, I just want you to be happy. And your father's pushing for that. And again, you're pushing for the same thing. So that's amazing, man. Stay focused on what you're doing. Again, you got a lot of folks rooting for you, but that ain't got no pressure. It ain't got nothing to do with you. You do you. Whether the fans are there or not, you keep on doing you, brother. And the sky ain't the limit for you, man. It's gonna be great. Yeah, it's gonna be great. We won't continue to support you, man. So this is Kindred Conversation with your man King KD. I got the #1 receiver in the nation. They just ain't said it yet. And I got the #1 dad in the nation on my show. And this is the kind of stuff that you guys are going to see. This is the kind of stuff that you're going to continue to receive. So like, subscribe, tell your friends about this. We on YouTube as The Ultimate Uplifter. Y'all are looking at me on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I did shout you out on Twitter too, Travis. So I all the people that you usually share it with, I'll put you on there. I'm on there as KD Smith I. So when you see somebody reposting and it's like, man, who is this guy? A dope Andre 3000 lyric. That's me. So yeah, man. So y'all continue to be supportive. Y'all continue to love each other, and above all things, man, do what you feel you need to do, and let everybody else be what they're going to be. But as long as you're okay with it, nothing else matters.
All right. Much love, brother.
I'm signing off, man. I got y'all out of here by 9:30. Like I said, it's a school night. Sacrifices on sacrifices, man. Thank y'all so much for being on there, and we are signing off. Peace.
Peace.